Hello again. So we're back at Environmental Ethics Philosophy 218-801. So right up here, we have this little envelope. This little envelope is what I refer to as email. Okay. So when you're wanting to email me and or other members of the class, this is how you do it by internal messaging. Probably the best way to think about this is the way you would read your email. So to send me an email, you would check the class list. As you could see, all of the classes here, including me. Send message. Click on that. Hey, Mr. Madrid, how do you do X, Y, and Z? Okay, so that's what I refer to as email. Okay. Sometimes, well, here on D2L, it's referred to as internal messaging. Okay, so now you may have already noticed this. Welcome to Environmental Ethics, Spring 21. I have this here so that you know that if you're looking at it ahead of time, I don't have everything. For example, I'm recording this screen cast right now. I covered this question right here, what is environmental ethics in general, in this video. I will be posting a video, I will be posting these screencasts right here, okay? So this is a Monday class. This is a Monday class, and Monday classes will not meet until January 25th. And when we do meet, we will be discussing this topic, which is an introduction to ethics. Note in the clickable link there, we also have the page numbers, which is pages 8 through 16. So if you notice, that's a 41-page document, so only read pages 1 through 8 here, okay? And then also be careful when you're printing, because obviously this is 41 pages. You might not want to be printing 41 pages. So unless you know how to only print selected pages, be super careful when you set to print out. And then likewise, sometimes the PDF page numbers do not correspond with page numbers for the text. This document happens to do that. Sometimes they will not do that, and I will tell you, I will indicate that they do not do that here, okay? So that's what you're wanting to look at, preferably before we Zoom on Monday the 20, excuse me, when we, let's see, yeah, when we meet on the 25th. So I may have just said no Zooming on the 25th. What I meant is no Zooming until the 25th. Because class does get started on that Tuesday, but we're not a Tuesday class, so yeah, there's a holiday. And we'll be discussing these topics: what is ethic in general, what is ethics in general, how are reason and conscientiousness understood in relation to ethics, and what is meant by the term normative. I also have you looking at a discussion or writing a discussion thread, and then also working on an assignment. So no two, just right now that I'm thinking about it, if you click on these and the link happens to be broken, what you could always do is go up here and click on those, because the discussions and assignments are also here, okay? So if there's ever broken links like that, for example, check here first before you email me, but don't hesitate to email me if there's any broken links at all, okay? So then let's go ahead and click on this. And this is our discussion. So welcome to class introductions. You will be answering these questions. So introduce yourself to the class and what brings you to this class specifically. What is the policy on computer tech problems as noted in the syllabus? What is our Lightwork policy? What is plagiarism? What questions, feedback, comments do you have on the class, policies, grading, assignments, etc. as we are getting going? Okay, so don't hesitate to ask me questions. Okay, and then F, you will then submit a 200-word answer for your question in our assignment folder by the 25th. So you must complete this discussion and the assignment in order to receive a grade for both parts. In other words, you'll get your grade in the assignment folder, but you won't get a full grade if you don't do this part as well, the discussion, okay? And then you'll start a new thread and take it from there, okay? Follow the instructions and post, etc., okay? Then, let's go back here. So then if you're like, okay, now what? Then you could go to the assignment and do that by the 25th. And here we have what we worked on for the Zoom meeting. So answering these questions. So that's one of the points of the Zoom meeting, is to help you understand how to answer these questions more effectively, okay? And you are also doing this reading again, okay? Introduction to Ethics from the SOAS University of London, pages 8 through 16. And here you have me talking about the essay, which is obviously something, so it's my lecture on the essay, okay? And you will submit the assignment. So let's do this really quick too, before I forget. So we're in student view, so we could look at these assignments. I click on this up here, notice that, clicked on this assignment here. What is ethics? Notice that I submitted a file. So I pretended that I'm a student, I submitted a file, and right here, this is really important, feedback, okay? So in other words, look at this. This is reading unread, okay? So then I click on this, and when I click on that, I will click on this right here. And what that will do is, I don't want to do it right now, but that will take me through the steps to, well, let's do it. So right there, you can't see it completely on the share screen, but there's a little file that click to view. You'll okay, and then you'll listen to that entire feedback. So that feedback is extremely important for our assignments. Reason why is that if you don't listen to that feedback, it's possible you could be missing things. So I've had students forget to listen to their feedback and end up not doing too good in the class because they weren't listening to my feedback to help them with short work, assignments in general, what we'd be doing for our exams, etc. Okay, so this is incredibly important right here. Okay, and number two, it also takes a lot of time for me. So if students aren't if students aren't listening to that, then that is something that I'm doing for you that is not that you are not listening to. Okay, so be sure that you listen to that feedback. Okay, that's incredibly important. Okay, so know that you'll be clicking here to find your assignments, clicking here to follow discussions, and I also provide hyperlinks. Okay, but know that if they're broken, you can always access those up here. There's the class list. This content here is something to think about because that's where we'll find the syllabus. We'll also find our Zooming information as it is here. Passcode is here. I'm not sure if you'll need that, but it's right here, okay? And this class is meeting on Mondays for our designated times. Here it is right here, Mondays starting at 10:30, okay? Then syllabus, then week 1. This week 1 in the content is really the tail end of that assignment, that announcement that was on the home page. So these are also linked up to the discussion and the assignment. and here's the link back to. So this is really just to kind of double up, but it's also giving you weeks as we progress. So I'm going to continue to populate these as we continue through the class, and I get more time to start working on week 2, which will be really soon, by the way. As a matter of fact, I'll have this here by Monday. Continuing on, okay? So these also have a very a schedule right here. See, so you'll see that the short essay here is due on February 15th, etc. But I will be giving everyone notice, and we'll preview those as we move forward. Okay. So the content tab. Then also with the quizzes. Quizzes is where we'll have our midterm and final exams, grades, self-explanatory. Okay. So I think that that's just about does it for getting you going on D2L basics. Okay. Obviously, once again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me or also just simply ask me in our Zoom meeting, so on and so forth. Okay. So thank you, and we'll talk more later.